Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I wanted to put together a little video. I've been doing some videos for the students on things, and I thought, why not put together a video about Thanksgiving, a real short one for all my friends and family, and show you how the Bible has the first Thanksgiving. A lot of people look over that and kind of miss it. In John 6, we see that Jesus feeds 5,000. Most people know this story, but they miss that it's the first Thanksgiving. So let's read it. When Jesus looked up and saw a great crowd coming towards him, he said to Philip, "Where shall we buy bread for all these people to eat?" He asked this only to test him, for he already had in mind what he was going to do. Philip answered him, "It would take more than half a year's wages to buy enough bread for each one to have a bite." Another of the disciples, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, spoke up. "Here is a boy with 5 small barley loaves and 2 small fish, but how far will they go among so many?" Jesus said, "Have the people sit down." There was plenty of grass in that place, and they sat down. About 5,000 men were there. Jesus then took the loaves, gave thanks, and distributed to those who were seated as much as they wanted. He did the same with the fish. When they had all had enough to eat, he said to his disciples, "Gather the pieces that are left over, let nothing be wasted." So they gathered them and filled 12 baskets with the pieces of the 5 barley loaves and left over by those who had eaten. This is, again, the first Thanksgiving, and it is because Jesus himself took the initiative to give thanks. That is the key. That is the key. And it's not only that he gave thanks that I say makes it the first Thanksgiving, but if you really think about it, imagine the chaos. They're trying to get everybody to sit down. People are probably arguing about where they sit. You got everybody wondering, is there going to be enough? Is it going to be ready in time? What's going on? And Jesus calmly gave thanks. And now the key to most Thanksgivings, in my opinion, is the leftovers. See, this, not only did Jesus give thanks, but because of his atoning work, we have leftovers. This is the first Thanksgiving with leftovers. I think it's so cool how the Bible just already lays things out. Now, I'm kind of being tongue-in-cheek about that, but this is true. But the key to giving thanks isn't about necessarily having too much to eat or more than enough to eat. It is simply about being thankful for something. And most of you know me, and I'm pretty geeky as far as I like to get to the bottom of things. And to be thankful, the definition according to Merriam-Webster is to be conscious of a benefit received. To know, to understand, to get. You can't be thankful until you realize what you've been given. Once you realize it, you become thankful. That's why I say this isn't a duty for Christians. This should just be a byproduct of Christianity, of knowing who Jesus is, because you see, that is our biggest gift. The most famous verse in the Bible, John 3:16, is the most famous verse because it really does sum everything up. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. Gave. That is the gift that we've been given, and that leads to eternal life. Now, look, again, definitions. Definition of a gift: something voluntarily transferred by one person to another without, and I'm going to circle this, without compensation. That's what a gift is. It is free. And that's what the Apostle Paul says in Ephesians 2:8-9, "For by grace you have been saved through faith, and that not of yourself, it is a gift of God, not of works, lest anyone should boast." That's why when we are truly thankful, we should be humble. When you really understand what God has done for us, you should be humble. That's why I chose this picture. Because in giving thanks, we should. But while my flesh and my ideas should be humble. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. I see how big and how majestic he is, and I realize how much he loves me, and it should make me humble. But my spirit should be rejoicing, because it amazes me what God did for me, what he did for all of us. He loves us more than we can even imagine. So I'm going to end with Psalm 100. Shout for joy to the world, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come before him with joyful songs. Know that the Lord is God. It is he who made us, and we are his. We are his people, the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name, for the Lord is good and his love endures forever. His faithfulness continues through all generations. His love is good. The Lord is good. His love endures forever. We should always be thankful for this. Don't ever lose sight of that. This world's got a lot of distractions going on right now, and there's a lot of things that can cause us to forget to be giving thanks. Being thankful, the overflow of being thankful is to be joyful. To be, if I pulled up the definition and looked at the synonyms, it should be it says giddy, tickled. We should be so excited about what God has done for us. And not only do I give thanks for that, but I give thanks to the family that I have and the friends that God has put into my life. I never stop giving thanks for all of you. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the not so distant future. I love y'all.